The storage pool for what?
For the water, to water the orange grove that used to be here. And I was swimming in this pool many times as a kid. In the time, it's the Batzir is the harvest time of the grapes. And since all the farmers around Rishon were growing both grapes and oranges, this was the season of bringing in the grapes to the winery. And they were brought in on carts, horse-drawn carts. And they were lining up on this hill to wait to be weighed on the scale. And we kids would always steal grapes off the carts before they were weighed. And we were the chase with the, the guys who were bringing in the grapes. Then, after they were weighed, the grapes were crushed in here, and then they turn around and weighed again to establish the net weight of the grapes. But we tasted all kinds of grapes, green and red and Muscat, and I don't know, there were about 6 different types of grapes. They were popular.
Okay. What's this? What is this?
This is a commemoration of the establishment of Rishon.
Blue eyes and a mouth on that one. That's not good.
So we're walking.
It's the opening.
No, it's this way.
They were copying this picture, Zach. They were doing a representation of that picture. This picture is from 1905. So 2000 and... It'd be really fun to get down
Complete. I was 2 years while I was in the Haganah. This was my cover. I served in this, but I didn't do much of their duties. Other people did it for me because I was busy training new recruits in different kibbutzim. But they would sign my name that I was present at the station whenever a British officer would come to inspect the station. They would sign my name as if I was there.
The battery's going to die. Ta-da.
What happened? She was asking for directions.
See, this building,
oh, there were just tourists.
I was explaining what this building is.
She said, good travels to you.
The old man, Menashe Meirovich, his son, Ezra.
Thought we were tourists?
Because he was the son of the founder.
No, she thought he wasn't.
Protectia.
Maybe a guy.
So the winery gave him the agency for selling wine in Rishon.
Careful, Jim.
And he rented the bottom cellar there for selling wine and liquor just to the local. My father would always buy all the liquor and wine from him for the restaurant. And what was interesting, and it's a story, I mean, it's not a story, it's a true thing. The guy who headed the burial society in Rishon at that time, his name was Feivel Marwinsky, and he was over 80 years old, I don't know. He was a very old man. And before he would go to the cemetery to dig up fresh graves, he would come here and ask Ezra to give him a cup of 96% alcohol. That's what he would drink, a whole cup of pure alcohol.
He probably died of cirrhosis.
And he was outliving everybody. He was always laughing and joking. He said, "I'll bury you all. I bury you all." I remember he would say. But he was drinking a cup this high, this much in diameter, 96% alcohol, like you and I would drink water. Okay. I don't know if there is a gate, another gate, or this looks like the gate for coming out.
No,
We missed them?
I think so. Look on the sign there.
1300. Oh, but wait, it's past 1300. Oh, it's at 1300, so it's at 1. And then at... I'm confused.
What do you think of Rishon LeZion, Jonah?
But anyway, he's calling for them to give us a special tour.
Yes, thank
Im ze efshar.
אם זה אפשר.
בואו עד החבית, אבל שוב, אני אומרת עוד פעם, אנחנו כאן קצת בסוף הפעילות.
you. Zach, got it on your wrist?
This is
which-
a big barrel there. The cellars are deep underneath, and they are huge vats like big pools where they do
30,000 liter of wine.
3,000 liters. And they have these things, and they would always go taste. Take a little bit, a sample,
right.
drink and taste it, and then they would move it to another vat and keep moving the wine from one place.
That's right.
Is that right?
Absolutely
I'm describing I was
correct.
here.
They didn't change the way of doing
Why?
wine.
But I was only, I was less than 50 years old when I was running around.
So it's probably very exciting for you.
Yeah, for me it was. And המנהל היה אז
אוסטשנסקי.
והוא נתן לי מכתב המלצה ללמוד בארצות הברית. יש לי את המכתב שלו.
יפה.
וזה עזר לי להתקבל לאוניברסיטה
You take a picture of-
בארצות הברית.
Saba and of the gate and everything.
יפה.
כן. בקיצור,
Ooh, sorry guys. You guys okay?
אולי שמעת, היה פה מהצד השני של הרחוב, היה עזרא מאירוביץ' שהיה לו שם
hides in my blind
שהיה
spot.
מוכר את היין לתושבים של ראשון. במבנה הזה,
יש את
בצד השני של
המבנה ההוא
הכביש.
שלפני חצי שנה סגרו אותו.
רק חצי שנה?
כן.
אז במבנה הזה היה שייך לבן של מנשה מאירוביץ' שהוא היה
Have you heard this
אחד
story?
מהבילויים.
כן, נכון.
ועזרא, היה לו זיכיון
Like this has
על
time
מכירת
last hour.
היינות רק לתושבי ראשון, כל המקום. והיה אחד קברן בשם פייבל מורנסקי.
But it's
הוא היה בא כל בוקר אליו, והוא היה שותה בספר הזה שמודדים את היין,
כן.
הוא היה שותה ספר כזה, בקוטר כזה, 96% אלכוהול. הוא היה קברן, הוא היה חופר.
לא פלא שהוא קבר את כולם.
וזהו, הוא היה תמיד אומר, אני אגבור את כולכם.
בגלל זה יש את השיר כשנמות יגברו אותנו.
שמו היה פייבל מורנסקי, הוא היה כזה ג'ינג'י, אבל הוא היה למעלה ב-80 והוא שתה בבוקר לשתים, לפני שהוא היה לבית
אולי זה סגולה לחיים בכית.
אולי, אבל זה היין, האלכוהול משומר אותה, את נשמרת, טוב לי.
What's this building?
This building was the center of the community. It's called Beit Ha'am, the house of the people. It was the center of the community during any major meeting, emergency, and so on. Whenever we had people murdered by Arabs, their bodies would be brought here. Our losses here, the fellows were lying in state here for about 8 hours before they were buried, and people paid their respect at this location. It just happens when I was in first grade, they put the first grade in this building because we didn't have enough space in the regular school. So I went to Kita Aleph, first grade, in this building. Anyway, this was the center of the major events that took place in Rishon for many, many, many years, from the start of the settlement till recently.
Okay, start again.
This street here is called Rehov Moliver Street. You see the sign over there? And this house in the corner is one of the first settlers' home. And down below, you see this the kiosk? There used to be an owner that owned that kiosk called Rothschild. His last name was Rothschild. That was the Rothschild kiosk where we always bought ice cream and when we were kids, drinks on the way to school. It was a very popular place to buy things. But here were the offices of the Baron Rothschild, you know, the benefactor. On the right, you see those car walls, those sandstone buildings over there. There's a series of buildings. This was the center where you had this administration. We can go into the yard. It's very interesting where we had maintained all the. There was no cars at that time. We used horses and carts and so on. Anyway, there's quite a few old buildings there. This is, we call it the Midrachov. Midrach means walking. Rehov is street, the walking street. This used to be the main road into Rishon where all the cars would come in. And now we're not allowing any cars on the street. And that made our property a lot more valuable because of this change, because we are right in the middle of it. This is where the well was, and this is all brand new buildings that were built here. There was a library where this building is, a small library where we used to borrow books. There's a little veranda on the left. You have to see that. That veranda, you see the veranda there? And this is where the green shutters. This residence where Menachem Yerovich lived. This was his home until he died. And he stood on this veranda when I took a picture of him when the UN declared the State of Israel, the partition. And this area was full of people and they were all waving, happy with flags, and he acknowledged all this happiness. So he lived to see the State of Israel established on that little veranda. Miriam Meirovich, Acharon HaBiluim, the last of the Biluim. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
And this across, this is the old city hall, Rishon's original city hall. And that's interesting. Let's go in there. Rishon City Hall. And you see, this is now the official, what do you call it, marker. And this marker is the marker just of this. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this
The Avanda.
is. Oh, well. It's closed. Okay.
Okay, watch Grandma. You want Jennifer? You have what?
Wait.
Because our restaurant was across the street, and we lived here in this park.
More real, or that was like a claw that was more functional. He had this wooden mannequin art, and he was just the dumbest.
Rounded veranda, and the house we owned it was about 3 feet higher than the upper round. That was the parfait, what do you call it? You know, of the roof. The roof had a little wall up to here. And we had all kinds of chicken coops, and my father would grow turkeys up there, and he had pigeons. And because it was a time of the Tkufat Hatzena, there was no food in Israel. So my father supplemented the family's diet by growing his own animals on the roof of the house. Yeah, take a picture of this sign of the pharmacy. This is Stachilevich. He is a Romanian.
How long has he been in here?
Oh my God, yeah, he has been here at least 60 years, 60, 70 years. The current owner's grandfather. This is and it's about 250 square meters of space. This is 2,500 square feet of commercial space. And we also own this store. Still, we haven't sold this store. This one we sold.
Where was the restaurant?
The restaurants were over there. This building, the two-story building, but at that time we only had one story, and the first two stores were combined. We knocked out the wall and we used that for the restaurant. Right next to the entrance to the garden, to the Gana Moshavah. There was a bus station on this corner, and you could buses from Rehovot would stop here, from Ness Ziona, and also buses would originate from Rishon to go to Tel Aviv. So I would go to high school for 3 years in Tel Aviv. I would take the bus from here, take half an hour bus ride from here to Tel Aviv, to where the Tachana Merkazit is, and there the high school was 10 minutes walk from there.